Inhale, lift the hands up towards the sky, and exhale, bring the hands back down into prayer. And inhale, scoop the arms up into the sky, and exhale, arms back into prayer. Inhale, scoop the arms up, and exhale, bend the knees, bend the hips, bringing the hands to the heart, and slowly rounding down, hands touching the ground. Hands to knees, extend the spine. Exhale, roll up, and inhale, lift the arms into the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to heart, bend through the hips, bend through the knees, slowly fold over your knees. Hands touch the ground, hands to knees, extend the back. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, lift the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center as you bend through the knees and the hips, slowly rounding down to the ground. Then walking your hands out nice and slow in front of you, moving into plank, and then lowering yourself down and extending through the spine, pressing into the hands as you look up towards the sky. And then exhale, press your hips back towards your feet, sending your chest down to the ground, bending the elbows slightly down towards the ground to keep your shoulders square, walking it out, bending one knee and straightening the other, and noticing how you feel on each side, breathing into any tension you feel, letting all of that tension go out the mouth. Feeling a deep stretch into the hamstring and the calves as you press each heel down one at a time. And playing with the movement, sending your hips one way or the other as you walk it out. Breathing deeply, pressing both heels down to the ground, then lower yourself down, and then press up, extending through the spine, looking up as you press into your palms, into the ground, and then slowly lowering yourself down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring your hands out on either side of your body in 90-degree angles. Dip your right shoulder and look over your left shoulder. And then dip your left shoulder, looking over your right shoulder, moving back and forth, stretching out the neck and the front of the shoulder. Then bring your hands down to your lower ribs and press your upper body up, extending the spine. And exhale slowly down. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, slowly lower down. And inhale, lift up, extending the hips up and the knees up if you can. And exhale, lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Then tuck the toes on the mat, press your body up into plank, and then downward dog. Pressing your hips back towards your feet, and pressing your heels down into the mat, pressing your chest down into the mat, lifting your left leg up into the sky, then pulling it up into your chest and lowering it between your palms, coming into a lunge as you lift the arms up into warrior one, inhaling deeply and exhaling as you twist towards the right side into warrior two. Then take the left arm up towards the sky, your right behind your back, and exhale back into the T. And then lower your body down so that your hand touches towards the left foot. And take the right hand, grabbing the left hand underneath the left thigh, interlacing behind your back. And then bring the hands back into a T. And then bring the right hand back behind you. Lift the left hand up and then move back into Warrior One position. Lifting the hands up towards the sky, bending the elbows, lowering down onto your knee into a low lunge. Then taking your right foot with your left hand, if you can, to get a stretch through the front of your right leg. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. Breathing into any tension you feel and letting it go out the mouth. Then release that foot, bring your hands back down to the mat and lift the left leg up towards the sky. Then stack the hips, bend the knee, and place the foot back behind you as you lift the hand up into the sky and back behind you and back into downward dog with the left leg up, and then pull the knee towards the chest. The left leg lifted up in downward dog and then roll through into upward facing dog, extending the spine. And then exhale, lower back down, hands at the lower ribs. Tuck the toes, press up into push up and into downward dog. The hips back towards the feet and the heels press down towards the ground. Then lift the right leg up towards the sky. Then roll that right foot between the hands, coming up into a lunge. Hands up into the sky, looking up. And then exhale, twist through that left foot, making it horizontal, and bring your hands into a T. The hips are open, bringing the left hand back behind your back and the right hand up towards the sky, and bring your arms back into a T, and then bend from the hips, bringing the right hand towards the right foot as you lift the left hand up towards the sky and reach it back behind your back to interlace your other hand behind your right thigh. Then on your exhale, bring the hands back into a T in neutral, and then lift the right hand up towards the sky, the left hand behind your back, and then bring the hands back into a T, and then swivel that left foot back into a lunge and lower down onto your left knee, grabbing your left foot with your right hand, feeling a stretch through the front of that left quad, breathing deeply and exhaling fully. And then releasing through the foot and the hand, bringing the hands back down to the mat, lifting up through the knee, and then sending that right foot up towards the sky into downward dog. Then stack the hips, bend through the right knee, and lower that foot back behind you, bringing the right hand up towards the sky, extending it behind you, and then bringing the hand back down, lifting the leg up the sky, and then bringing the knee between the hands, and then lifting the foot back up towards the sky with the foot lifted lower down onto the ground, extending up into upward facing dog, and slowly lowering down vertebrae by vertebrae, and tucking the toes under, pressing up into downward dog, sending your hips back towards your feet, coming onto your toes, and lifting the right leg up in front of you, having your right leg in parallel position with the top of your mat. Getting a deep stretch through the glutes, through the thighs. And the closer your heel is towards your hips, the easier the stretch will be. And if you can, take a hold of your left foot with your right hand to Feel a deep stretch through the front of your left quad, releasing tension and pain in the knee and in the low back. Breathing deeply and exhale fully. Feeling a deep hip opener. Exhaling all energy that's not serving you out the mouth as smoke. If you wish, you can sink down deeper, going onto your forearms, or stacking your hands on top of each other and resting your forehead onto your hands. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. And you can begin to come up onto your hands, pressing your upper body into extension, looking up, feeling a stretch through the left hip. And then you can slowly come out of that by pressing into your left toes, lifting up your hips and bringing your right leg back into plank. Then pressing your hips into the sky and back towards your feet. So you sink your chest down, coming into downward dog. Then taking your right hand towards your left ankle into a spinal twist version of your downward dog. Taking a stretch through the back. Then switching sides, taking your left hand down towards your right ankle. Twisting to the other side, breathing deeply. And exhaling to come out back into downward dog, pressing your heels down into the earth. Then coming onto your tippy toes, rolling up into plank and stepping your left foot forward. Trying to keep your shin in a parallel position with the top of your mat. The closer your heel is towards your hips, the easier this stretch will be. The more parallel your leg is with the top of the mat, coming into a 90-degree angle, that will be a lot more challenging. And trying to keep your right leg in the midline of your body behind you. And you can keep on your hands in that pose of extension through the upper body. And then if you wish, you can take your right foot with your left hand to get deeper into the right quad, feeling a very deep stretch, both sides of the hips, releasing tension through the right knee, the left glutes, breathing deeply and exhaling fully. And you can see how you feel from one side to the other, noticing the difference from each side, and then releasing your foot down to the ground. And you can either stay with your hands on the ground lifted into that extension, or if you wish, you can come down onto your forearms. And if you want to take a step even further, you can round over top of your left leg with your hands stacked on top of each other, resting your forehead onto your hands. Doing whatever feels best for you in your body. Breathe deeply and exhale fully, breathing into any tension you feel and allowing all of that tension to be released out your mouth as smoke. Feeling your body sinking deeper and deeper into the earth below you. Breathing into any tension you feel and allowing all that tension to be released out your mouth as smoke. Noticing how your body moves like a wave as you breathe. Feel your belly rise, your chest rise, your belly fall and your chest fall. Noticing where in your body you can soften and relax. Noticing where you can let go even a little bit more. Sometimes we guard the body where we're feeling tension or pain. And when you can move your awareness into those areas, often you can allow that area to soften. And then you can notice the extra tension that you're holding in this area by guarding it, trying to protect it. So just seeing where you can soften. Then coming up onto your hands, bringing your upper body into extension, noticing the change in sensation through the hips. You might feel a deeper stretch through the right hip flexor as you press into the ground with your hands, extending through the front body, keeping your head in alignment with your spine. And then lifting up through that left knee, pressing into your toes, lifting up your right knee, and then bringing your left foot back to meet the other, pressing your hips back into downward dog, pressing your heels down towards the ground, your chest sinking down into the mat. Bring your knees under your hips and your hands under your shoulders. Extend the spine, look up as you inhale, and exhale, round through the spine. Then neutralize the spine, taking the left hand up towards the sky, and then looping that left hand underneath the right. Resting your forehead down on the mat and lifting your right hand up towards the sky. Feeling a nice stretch through the back, the left shoulder blade, the back of the spine. And placing your right hand down to lift your body up. Bringing up the right hand into the sky and looping the right arm through the left arm. Then taking the left arm up towards the sky, feeling a nice stretch between the right shoulder blade and the spine as you keep your head rested on the mat. Noticing how you feel from one side to the other. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. And place that left hand down, lift your body back up into tabletop position. Then bring the feet back behind you, lowering your body down onto the ground, stacking your hands on top of each other, resting your forehead on your hands, allowing your body to relax and to rest. basking in the beautiful energy that you've just cultivated, allowing energy to move effortlessly through you. You can imagine a golden energy flowing through you from your head to your feet, revitalizing and rejuvenating your body, cell by cell, fiber by fiber, pulling in more and more golden energy with every single breath. Feeling your body relax more and more. And slowly pressing your body up and making your way into a seated position. Bring the hands to heart center, bowing the head to the hands. The light within me acknowledges the light within you. Namaste.